and I have my different seasonings that I'm going to try with these. I'm still in my night clothes, so these are my different seasonings I want to try with them. My music is up, so I don't know if y'all can hear me. All right, so this is my breakfast. This look more like lunch, but this is my breakfast. So got the tomato, and I guess I'm gonna, of course, do a little bit of salt, just a little bit. Do some pickles. I mean, not pickles. Do some paprika. I said pickles. I'm gonna sprinkle some. I actually thought this was pepper for a minute. Sprinkle a little bit on there. I'm gonna do my pepper. So this is the one with salt, paprika, and pepper. And then my next one, I'm gonna do my herb guacamole. So here we go. Spicy. Oh, that was spicy. A little bit spicy. It was good though. Okay, so that was the salt, paprika, and then black pepper. Now we are going to try my guacamole herbal blend with dash and some salt. So we're going to try that with the next one. So with this one, yeah, look. I don't know how this is going to taste either. So, and this is the dash. This is also extra spicy. Put a little bit on there. Just a little bit because I don't want it too spicy. Tiny bit of salt. And I'm thinking some more black pepper because black pepper just goes so well with it. So this is what I'm about to go. Mm. This herbal blend actually got like a taste like the noodle packets. That's what this tastes like. Mm. Okay. Come on, here is the ferment. I'm gonna take a break and go ahead and bite my pickle. So that was actually my favorite one. We'll do another one just like that. Squeeze some of this pickle juice on there. Got my pickle juice on there. Put some more of this on here. This is my favorite one. I like this. Um, little dash. Instead of dash, I'm going to use a little bit of paprika. Paprika is actually a strong flavor. And some paprika. I'm gonna do them all on this one. Pepper. We're gonna do a little dash of extra spicy. And a little, just a tiny bit of salt. This is what it looks like. Okay, so the rest of them we just gonna go ahead and throw them all on here. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and season them right now. Yeah, I'm gonna season them, and then I'm gonna just eat them going forward. So I tried all of them. I did that just so I can get a little flavor of them first, to see if which ones I like, and so I don't waste it or anything. I'm gonna go ahead and flavor them. Got a taste of it, so now I know exactly. Now I know I'm gonna like it. A little salt, and just sprinkle that on there. And sprinkle the rest of this on my pickles. And then, did I do my paprika? See, I don't even know if I did my paprika yet. Put some paprika in those. Do my dash. I sure didn't use a little dash of that. I'm gonna take some of those off with this one. I'm gonna do my pickles. Don't try it with the pickle. When I tell y'all, this tastes like noodle packets. All these blends together taste like a noodle packet. Mm. Okay, so I am full. That was my, you know, tomato dish. Um, and I am full. Okay, now that I'm dressed and stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into how to love like a hot chick. I think we are on. Well, I stopped in the middle of the chapter. I don't know what it was. Um, we were on. Oh, places to find a man. Okay, so all right. So this boy bonanza number 5 electronics store. We're not suggesting that you buy a new flat screen just to get a date. They sell other things you might need at these male infested stores too, like cheap iPod covers, extension cords, and mouse pads. Don't forget to look past the customers to the staff too. Girls, didn't you see the 40-year-old virgin electronics store employees are always helpful, and you know what they say about a man who can program a VCR. I don't know what they say. Boy bonanza number 6, friends. I guess he can work good with his hands. That's what I think. Maybe he can work good with his hands. Okay, so boy bonanza number 6, friends. Look at the people who are already in your life. Is there anyone you secretly want to date? If so, we'll help you ask them out in the next section. But also look at your friends' friends and friends of your friends' friends. You might know someone who knows someone who'd be perfect for you. So next time you have to go to a wedding or an engagement party or a birthday party or a housewarming party, accept the invite and scoop out the scene with all of your hot vibes. Boy bonanza number 7, the grocery store. The produce section is always good, and you can tell a lot about a man by the way he sniffs a melon. Mmm. But also check out the frozen food and cereal aisles. Single men eat a lot of fish sticks and Captain Crunch. That makes sense. If he's single, you would see a single guy getting like mostly, frozen dinners and stuff like that. That's how you know he don't got no girl at home, because he ain't gonna be out there searching for, eating frozen foods if he got a woman that cooks at home. So that's a good tip. So look for men that's all about his cereal, fish sticks, frozen dinner. Then you know he's single. If he ain't a cook himself. But you'll take this 9 times out of 10, you might catch a single guy that way. Boy Bonanza number 7, the grocery store. Okay, I've seen that one. Okay, Boy Bonanza number 8. I mean, I read that one. Boy Bonanza number 8, the gym. A gym membership is a worthy investment, and not just so that you can take butt classes and de-stress. It's also a great place to meet a man. We recommend skipping yoga class if you're on the market and heading straight to the weight room instead. It may be full of meatheads, but meatheads deserve love too. So, Boy Bonanza number 9, Home Depot. Holy crap, there are so many of them in the freaking aisles. All ages, races, shapes, and sizes. You may get a giant case of OWL, owl syndrome, because hardware stores are to women what Sephora is to a man. Totally confusing and completely stressful, but there certainly are boys there, and they all know how to fix shit hot. So why don't you randomly decide to paint your kitchen and go to the big HD for a can of yellow paint, and someone can help you play with it? I see that all the times in movies. That is so old school. Get somebody from the store, someone you like or you think attractive, one of them guys to come help you paint, your living room or your, bedroom, help paint your walls or someone. I'm like, I feel like that's more of a surreal approach, something, that's actually not going to happen, but you got the idea in your head and you can try it if you want to, but I'm pretty sure it just don't seem real to me. So, okay, boy bonanza number 10, Jiffy Lube. Ladies, we need you to get your oil and we need you to get your oil and filter changed either every 3 months or 3,000 miles. If it's been a while and you need an oil change in more ways than one, go spend a Sunday at Jiffy Lube. There will be at least a handful of guys in that dirty waiting room for you to choose from. And don't forget about those sweaty, grease-covered guys working hard under your hood. They deserve a chance to do that again. Boy bonanza number 11, jury duty. Yeah, jury duty sucks ass, but stop complaining for a second and look around. They are legally required to have an equal number of men and women there. Lucky you, at least 25% of men in your average courthouse will love to be handcuffed to your bedpost, even if they are innocent. Even the sweetest guys be real kinky. Look around. They are legally required to have an equal number of men and women there. Lucky you, at least 25% of men in your average courthouse will love to be handcuffed to your bedpost, even if they are innocent. Boy bonanza number 12, your neighborhood. This may sound overly simplistic, but we actually know people met just because they lived next door to each other. Humans are actually hardwired to be more attracted to people who live near them. Now, no home wrecking no home wrecking please, but seriously, why not throw a party and invite all your neighbors? Your future flame might live above you and be or below you, and that might just end up being a very good position for him. You never know. Bonanza number 13, the park. Do you have a dog? Get out of your house and take it for a walk. Do you have cats? Well, then just go to the park and walk around by yourself. You may step in a bunch of dog shit, and you may find a nice single man walking his dog or playing catch with his son. It's worth a shot, and at least you'll get some exercise. Boy bonanza number 14, pet boys. If you don't have a car, we're pretty sure you still need a new windshield wiper, right? Well, you'll be needing one very soon because it's it's raining men at Pet Boys. Boy bonanza number 15, the post office. The next time you are in line rolling your eyes at the old man who go up to the window, your eyes at the old man who go up to the window to buy 1 cent stamps. Stop it and look around. Turn your foolish face upside down. You never know, there might be a great single guy right behind you with a large package. Boy bonanza number 16, public transportation. How romantic would it be to meet your man on the subway, the bus, or in the next taxi line at the airport? We know it seems like something only Meg Ryan could pull off, but anything is possible. A couple we know actually met in their own cars while they were stopped in traffic. So the next time you're on the train, close your newspaper and open your heart. Boy bonanza number 17, school. We know that some of you hot chicks are still wrinkle free and cheating on your chemistry exams. Well, girls, you are lucky. You are lucky bitches. Unless you're at an all girls school, there should be a surplus of sex surrounding you. Hang out in the library, the food court, or the weight room. If you send out the right hot chick vibes, pretty soon you'll have a male partner to study with. Just steer clear of the theater department when you're looking for love. These boys are probably reading this book too. You'd be surprised at a lot of guys that's reading the same book a woman would be. There was this one book by Steve Harvey. Um, I forget what it was, and the man was reading. In my one of my male guy friends was actually really interested in that same book. I'm like, y'all, you read this? And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna read that too. They be scoping it out. They be just as curious. Basically what a woman would pick up, that man is picking up just because they're curious about that woman. They trying to figure out that woman's mind. And that's what a lot of men do it for. And men ain't just picking up a book just to pick it up if it ain't got nothing to do with them. And it's more of a woman's book. Like, why is you picking up a woman's book? It's because they being curious about that woman, or they being curious about a woman's mind. Boy bonanza number 18, supercuts. Boys, especially single ones, have supercuts. Lucky bastards can give a haircut for $15. Can get a haircut for $15 and still look hot. So the next time you need a trim, skip the fancy salon that's crawling with gay guys and go hang out at one of those cheap places. Especially if you got kids. If you got kids and you got sons that need a fresh cut, according to this one, theirs is called Super Cups. Like any barbershop out there, you got a son, take your son to that barbershop because it's a lot of guys in there. It's a lot of guys in the barbershop. So yeah. Boy Bonanza number 14, the movie store. Stop rolling your eyes. Not everyone has Netflix. I know I don't. And the movie store is a fantastic place to meet men. We're What's cool about this is that you can learn something from what movies a guy is carrying. What's that one? Blockbusters. I think that's one of the movies. Um, what's cool about this is that you can learn something about something from what movies a guy is carrying around. So basically pay attention to what movie he got in his hand, because that's going to tell you a lot about his personality. Do what you want with Jaws and Red Vines, or the guy with Lord of the Rings and Goobers. Anyway, go rent a movie on a Saturday night, or at least go pretend that you're going to rent one. You may find someone to cuddle up with and share popcorn with. Boy Bonanza number 20, work. They say not to shit where you eat. That is a big saying. Don't shit where you eat. But we don't know what either of those things has to do with dating, and we don't want to know. Anyway, basically she's in denial. Anyway, your next 10 dates might come right out of your office. Now, don't do anything stupid like try to blow the CEO or get some kisses from your assistant, but there might be a sweet single someone a few cubicles away who's lonely and looking for play. How to ask a guy out like a hot chick. Now that you know where to find men, you hot chicks need to start asking them out. We are deep into the new millennium, which means that you can sit at the soda fountain hoping that your poodle skirt is fluffy enough for Johnny to ask you to the sock pop, whatever that is. We know that some of you want Prince Charming to pick you up at 7, pay for everything, and then get down on one knee and surprise you with a diamond that's bigger than your face. Well, that doesn't really happen much anymore. Now that we women can vote, drive, wear cut off jeans, shorts, have babies without men, and run for president, we can't sit back and wait for the phone to ring. And that's a good thing. You know what you want, and you also have the power to get it. We know that this may seem totally intimidating, and we're not saying that asking a guy out is the easiest thing to do in the world, but it's definitely not as hard as many girls make it out to be. If you spend hours fixing your vibe, sending out the right ones, building your dream boyfriend, and magnetizing about yourself, why on earth would you just sit back and wait for a fantasy sequence guy to ask you for your digits? Going to be all you're going to do all of that work and then just stop? How lazy are you? The more proactive you are, the more active your life will be. So if that guy at the office makes you all hey Daisy and you think you just met the father of your future, children at your landlord's 80s costume party, and you don't know how to make the first move, we can help. Here are 5 foolproof ways to ask a guy out in order of difficulty. So I'm gonna read the first one, and then we might stop after this. Option number one: be suggestive. We don't mean to talk dirty or wear a low cut shirt with a crazy cleavage making bra. Although that will surely get you some attention, I just want you to suggest that something, anything. Guys can be kind of slow and LSE sometimes when you think you are being completely clear that you like a guy. He will have absolutely no idea. It's kind of funny, actually. We had this problem when we were single. We thought that we were being overly obvious that we liked a certain guy, but he had no clue. He didn't know if we liked him or which one of us liked him. Anyway, this is about you. If you dig anyone, and he hasn't made and he hasn't made a move yet, you do it. And you don't have to be hold on. You don't have to Make it a big production. Just be sly about it. Simply suggest something casually. With grace and ease, you can just say, "Oh, you jog too? Maybe we should go jogging sometimes. I know a great park, or we live in the same neighborhood. I should give you my number just in case you ever want to use the pool at my apartment complex." Or if this guy just caught your eye at the deli, tell him he should try that new brand of Persecuto. Persecuto. Don't be afraid to speak up and be chatty. Sometimes be merely suggesting something. You're opening that door to him to make a move. Oftentimes, when you ask a guy to go jogging, he'll end up calling and asking you to lunch instead. Don't stress about it. Just make your suggestion with confidence, like a true hot chick. So yeah, my advice would be you can be suggestive and you can be open-minded, but always keep in mind of your experience with these guys because your experience matters. You know, don't go ahead and basically revert back to your old ways because like my old ways when I was dealing with guys was that, he was, I was always I wasn't too hard or difficult to get along with. I'm more of a conversationalist. So we have conversations, we chat. I take my time with him. I get to know him. He get to know me. We express ourselves. We get to know each other mentally. I take a long time to get to know a person. So it's like we sit there and we're just, sharing our experiences, sharing our personality and this and that. We get to know each other. Okay, so that's how I was. But nowadays, like I don't revert back to I try not to because like I said, I've learned a lot of guys will take advantage of this. They can sit around. That's the thing about guys. They can sit around and listen to you. They can sit around and spend as much time as you want to just until they get what they want out of you. If they want to get in your pants, know that these men are patient. They are very patient. They'll do anything you ask. They'll sit there with you to chat with you. They'll, even play cards with you until they get what they want out of you. They are very laid back. They just be so cool. And that's what I learned about it. Like I said, I thought that was everything. Me sitting there conversating with a guy and we expressing ourselves, we getting to know each other on a personal level. Like, yeah, this guy is really into me because he's really sitting here listening to me. Guess what? That man ain't got nothing better else to do. And he ain't got nothing else better to do. So, if you want to sit around and chit chat all day long and thinking this guy really like you, and really want to listen to you, well, think twice. Think again. Because this man is just there because he ain't got nothing else better to do. You know, um, I read this verse in the Bible, and it was about this. It was about being bitter. Something really, really sweet. This might seem like it's off topic or off subject, but a person that's really, really sweet, it's like it's like um a taste of something that doesn't have salt on it. It's you can easily become sluggish. You can easily become spat out. You know, it takes for you to be bitter. You know, anything with salt is very protective. Salt water, this and that. A lot of stuff can survive in salt water, but at the same time, it's hard to for any bacteria or any you know nonsense to survive in a salt based platform or a salt based environment. So me being sweet back then, that's what that taught me now. I was so sweet. Just being sweet will allow you to allow anything, allow access to anything, you know, the wrong things, the good things. It clouds your judgment a little bit too much. So you have to learn how to be bitter. And just because you're bitter, this is what I would tell myself, my younger self. You know, just because you're bitter doesn't mean that you won't get that attention or nobody will come near you. I'm so angry, I'm so vicious kind of like, um, The Grinch. It's a lot of movies like this that just traumatize kids to where, oh, if I be this person, or if I reflect like my personality kind of reflects this person, I might wind up like the Grinch, angry and bitter, and alone for Christmas. Shrek. I'm gonna be considered a freaking ogre in a swamp, ugly, and don't nobody want me for, don't nobody want to come near me. These are the kind of, we got to change our mindset about this stuff, because just because Shrek had a beautiful personality, he loved his swamp, he loved nature, he just didn't like people, and he has every right to feel the way he did. But in the end, how did Shrek, disregard him turning into a prince and this and that? I feel like that's just clouding the judgment. But it's like he he had people that actually looked up to him because he was protective. They looked up to him because they felt protected under his wing. He was a kind-hearted soul inside. But just because you feel like you need to protect yourself, just like he protected that swamp, protect yourself from, protect your safe place, protect your place that makes you feel at home. Just because you're protective, you're overprotective, and you're pushing other people away, don't mean you're a mean person, a mean spirited person. It don't mean, people should be afraid to come around you. It don't make you an unkind person. Don't let that define you, but just allow it to make you a better person. See it in a from a different perspective, you know? The Grinch. What happened to the Grinch? The Grinch was he stayed cooped up on top of a hill away from the town because he really didn't like the joy. What was it? Whoville? He really didn't like the joy. He didn't like that smiley, that gushy, all that other stuff. But it all started with something. What happened to the Grinch that made him that way? It's because everybody used to pick on him when he was a child. They used to pick on him, they used to bully him, they used to make him seem like, this monster because he was so much different than everybody else. They kind of looked just like the Grinch. And to be honest, they looked just like the Grinch, but the Grinch was just a different color, and he had more hair on his body. But they looked exactly like him, just with skin. So yeah, there's always a reason that somebody makes somebody else feel type of way. I mean, a certain way. Just because you're perceived as the Grinch, don't mean you are a person um that just hates the world for no reason. It's always a story behind something. You want to be that person, be that person. It's somebody's story that might actually match up to your own story, and y'all might have common ground just because y'all y'all went through the same experience. There's always a person out there, and even if there isn't, just experience this life, be in this life for you. Start seeing it in that way. Honestly. Oh yeah, just be yourself. Not everyone will get you, and it's not on them to get you. Um, to be kind of open about what I've been going through so far. Um, I don't know. I had this recent interaction with a couple people, and just protect your environment, protect your company, protect your company, because it's just I got so confused, at what I wanted. And it kind of made me look the other way, away from men, because I started getting that idea of maybe, you know, being a lesbian, I guess. And that's the thing. I don't see myself being a lesbian. I don't. But it's just I just started it's just like my mind just flipped. It's like I didn't I started looking, I just basically turned the other cheek towards men because I became, I don't know what it was. It's just something in me. I'm just like I literally had this in my mind. I'm like, I think I'm a lesbian. I think I'm going gay. Because it's just I don't know why this feeling came over me. It just flooded my body. Usually it don't. Like it'd be a little, you know, just something that I could just brush off like no. But this time it's like it took over my whole mind. I'm just like I actually considered it. Like before I wouldn't consider it, but I actually considered the thought and the idea of being with a woman rather than a man. I don't know. So that's kind of something I was going through. I was going through recently. I'm still, but like I said, I'm alone right now, and this is the best time to be alone is when your mind is kind of, wishy-washy and you don't know what's going on. You don't know, you know, this is the best time to be alone because it's a lot of people or the company you keep can definitely cloud your judgment in this experience. Just think like if I had a lot of people in my circle right now and I had this like on my mind, boom, I would have acted on it. It would have been easy to act on it. Like, you know, I probably would have I would have probably became, um a lesbian right in there. I wouldn't have had no choice in the matter, but now I can sit here and actually contemplate on what happened. I can really think about what happened because I don't know what happened. Honestly, I really don't. It's just like I was getting confused. I was getting scared myself because I'm out there, just a random day going out there shopping and whatnot, and then I'm all of a sudden I'm thinking about this moment like what the no, this person actually really took a toll on my mind. They really just, you know, they got to my head to the point where I just can't think, you know. So yeah, that's what happened. That's what I've been going through. Um, so yeah, sometimes it's a blessing and a curse to have people in your circle. Um, look at it as a blessing and a curse. Because when you're not confused about something, you can be easily influenced, very easily influenced. Rather than if you're alone, it's kind of hard to be influenced because you got a lot of time to think about it, and you feel constant pressure when you're with other people, and it's a lot of noise in your mind, and you don't know what's going on. Um, the clarity that I did get from the situation is just to keep doing my thing, focus on me, be me, be me wholeheartedly. You know, when you're alone, you don't have to worry about any judgment. Um, and I'm gonna say it, I don't have friends. I really don't. That's my honest truth. I don't have friends. Um, any friend that I have is probably a person that I used to date in the past or somebody I used to talk to or mess around with. but I don't have friends. Even anytime I do try to make friends, it turns out wrong. There's been many times where there's been many opportunities, where I actually made a friend and then boom, something happened or something went wrong because of my environment. I feel like this environment just kind of, it constantly pulls people away from me. Anybody that I wind up um being, having that connection or having that bond with, it winds up, you know, just um basically distinguishing. It's like we got that little flame and then boom, somebody always coming in with that fire extinguisher and just putting out that flame and then boom, it's like, it was this and now it's not. So that's kind of how my environment is. Um it's just, I feel like it's me as a person. I really can't have a connection with the person for too long. I don't know why. Me and friendships just don't go hand in hand. It's like I'm meant to be alone, and I always thought that about myself. I feel like I'm meant to be alone. You know, I seen myself as that Rapunzel. I seen myself as a Cinderella, and I even also see myself as that freaking Shrek, and I also see myself as that Prince Charming. I see myself in all those categories, but by the end of it all, it just comes to me that I am not meant to have a friend. I'm not meant to have friends. Maybe it's just because of me, and all that I've been through since I was younger. I just always felt different from everybody. Not different as in, autism or special needs or um a, what do you call them? Uh, um uh Dang, I cannot think of what it's called. Emo, like those kind of. I never felt different in that type of way. You know, categorized that type of way. I felt different as though I'm different from people. My difference or who I am as a person is just, it's not like anyone. You know, anyone at all. To the point where I just I feel separate. You know, I don't feel normal when I'm with people anyway. I can be in a group setting and I just don't resonate or I just don't relate. But that's what I'm saying with this recent encounter, like with these people that I was with currently, like we was all chopping it up. We was like cool, and it's the first time I actually felt like myself. It's the first time I actually felt like I actually belonged right here with these people. You know, I felt good. It was different from any type of group setting that I ever been in. I could be myself, and that's what I kind of attached to the situation a little bit too much. There was this connection I felt. It was cool. And they are lesbians, and I feel like maybe that's the vibe, that's the energy that kind of got into me, because being an empath, it's the energies of the environment that attaches to you. So I think I was feeling that when I came back home. They are couples, and they're, you know but like I said, I feel like that energy kind of rubbed off on me a little bit too strong. But the fact that I was comfortable with them, and it just it brought out me. I felt like me, with them. It was cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go and try to figure out the rest of my day. And y'all have a good day as well. I'm out.